Welcome to another session of WordPress. And today is our last session of WordPress. And in our today's session, that is sixth session, we are going to discuss about the concept of plugins. What is plugins? How do we use plugins in WordPress? What are the different features? What are the different options? I'm going to explain you in the today's topic. And see, this topic is more about practical theory. I will explain you a little bit, but mostly we will do practically to understand how these plugins are created. What exactly is these plugins consist of? How can we use them? What are the different features of the plugin? We will discuss in our today's topic. So first of all, let's understand the basic definition of what exactly is a plugin. What is the purpose of a plugin in WordPress? In simple terms, we can say plugins are used to add new features. That's an important point here is plugins are used to add new features. All right. Now, what kind of new features we will see that. And also, in some cases, plugins will also add functionality. Now, I would like to explain you in a very simple way what exactly is a plugin for WordPress. You see, assume that you have bought a mobile phone. You have bought an Android or an iOS or Apple phone. You have bought a mobile phone, right? Once you buy a mobile phone, say for example Android, what you will generally do is you go to Play Store, you go to App Store or Play Store, all right? And what you do is you will download and install certain apps which you feel are important for your requirement. Example, if you have a bank account in some XYZ bank, so what you will do, that XYZ bank will have an app. So you will install that app on your mobile phone, right? Like this, what exactly is a plugin is, it is doing the same functionality as an application. So what is the point of a plugin is, assume that we have a website, all right, and then we want to show some specific feature over here. We want to display some special feature over here. Then we may require to check the plugin and install the plugin. Already we have discussed plugins in our topic also. That is, for example, Slider, Smart Slider, it's a plugin. Testimonial, it's a plugin, and many more. There are more than 50,000 plus plugins are available. All right, this is an old number. Now it has been changed to almost 50,000 plus, even 55,000, something around that. So that many plugins are available in the WordPress. Now, these are all the officially, registered plugins. Unofficial plugins where a lot of other developers will create it and they will give it to public. Those type of plugins will be much more higher in number. Now, next option is, so I hope you are clear, the plugin will add a new feature, add a new application to the our website. Now, plugins will again come in two categories. One plugin basically which we get from WordPress are free of cost plugins, and second version of the plugins are your premium plugins. So you may ask, what is the difference between premium and non-premium plugin? Technically, the plugin will do the same work. All plugins will do the same work. They add feature. So I can tell you a very simple point. You downloaded one game. It's a free of cost game in Android phone, but you only can play up to certain levels. If you want to cross the levels, the company will ask you make the payment so that we can give you more levels and more features on the game, right? So that is nothing but what is a premium plugin is, especially in WordPress. Premium plugin are very high quality plugins which can do a very specific task which will be very essential for real time scenario. There are very important plugins available which will help you to make a complete project in WordPress with the help of using proper plugin. I'm going to show you where those plugins are available. If you're looking for free plugins, you can go to WordPress plugins. You get the WordPress directory. Yeah, this is WordPress directory. Now see, it's, as I told you, it has been increased by more than 50% in the few months of time. So 54,978 plugins are available. Now example, you see some of these plugins are shown which are popular. See here, Contact Form 7, Yoast SEO, Akismith, Anti-Spam. There are so many. So this way, these plugins will keep updated regularly by WordPress. Now, what are the premium plugins available? So we can go to themeforest.net, and they also have Code Canyon. One of their relevant website is there. Okay, I think here. Yeah, these are all WordPress plugins. All right. Now, see, depending on your requirement of the project, depending on your application, suppose you want media for, you want forms, you want miscellaneous, what you want exactly. Suppose you say, sir, I want something related to e-commerce. So click on e-commerce. Now, see here. Customized cart page for WP Bakery Page Builder. Okay. Bitcoin real-time currency rates and converter for WordPress. So these are all the plugins for WooCommerce. WooCommerce means e-commerce plugin. Like this, you see, depending on the project, depending on the requirement, there will be a lot of different options which we can use in the real-time scenario. I hope you have got the idea of how to select how to see the plugins depending on your requirement. There will be hundreds and thousands of plugins available in the market which you can use as per your choice and requirement. So I hope you got the basic concept of what is the use of the plugin. So now already we have discussed many number of times how to install the plugin and many more things we have discussed. Let's go ahead. I will log in into our portal, and then we install some plugin, and step by step we will see the concept. And remember this point, every plugin will come with a detailed documentation. So you have to read the documentation before you can understand and implement the plugin. So plugins will come with the documentation also. By practice you will master the plugin, but in general, by default, you have to use the you have to read the documentation. So here is a some of the most popular plugins which mostly every project we will use. I'll go briefly through all these options, and some of these options we will study also as we move in the program. Number one, contact form 7. Simple term of this simple purpose of this plugin is to show contact form or inquiry form to the user so that we can see the response from the customer. Used SEO for implementing SEO strategy. WooCommerce to implement e-commerce to the website. WordPress security. This is for purpose of backend security and all. These two plugins are used for performance. I'm going to explain you later about this concept in our further classes, that is in SEO classes. So this is a WordPress class. So what is the performance is, how fast is the website loading? Is it loading slow or is it loading fast? That option we can plan with the help of WP Super Cache. Then advanced custom fields. This is one extra plugin. We can add some custom fields. Page builder, and also see, I would like to write here one more, Visual Composer. This is a premium version of the same theme. Updraft Plus for backup and restore. Next Gen Gallery for gallery in your WordPress. Black Studio Tiny MCE for advanced editor. Redirection for SEO purpose. This is useful for SEO purpose. Like this, you have many different see themes. Many different plugins are available like Table Press, EWW, EWW Image Optimizer, Site Offline. So many plugins are available. But remember one point, again, plugin we don't use as per our choice and requirement. Plugin we will use as per the client project requirement. What is the requirement of the client? What is the project of the client? We will use accordingly. But I would say one important point here, that some of these plugins we use always, irrespective of what is the project. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you see, I have picked the particular plugins. Most of the time, we are going to use all these plugins in our project. So let's see one example of what is this plugin exactly will do. Site Offline plugin. What is this functionality and what exactly it does? Just an example for you to understand. Go to plugins, add new plugin. Site Offline. Okay, you have to take this one with 30,000 plus installation. Now it is nothing but it will block the user from accessing the website whenever you enable this feature. That's the purpose of plugin, nothing else. Now go to settings, site offline mode, and say yes. So now any user who is okay, I have to open in incognito mode. because incognito mode means I'm not logged in. See, only anyone who is accessing the website will see this message. We can customize this message from HTML and CSS also. That is also possible. All right. So, but you see, when I want to see the website, when I'm logged in, so owner can 100% see the project. See, owner can see the website, because if I don't see the website, then how will I maintain the website for the users? Correct. So this is the backend, and as well as because we are logged in, automatically this feature is enabled. So this is a simple example of the plugin. I will say no and click save changes. I hope you understood this first plugin very clearly. All right, so let's continue our topic of discussion. So we were discussing about the concept of what is the plugin, how many different types of plugins we have, how we use the plugin, etc. So now we have to just do a practical example of some plugins which we will be using mostly in the real-time scenarios. So I'm going to explain you about step-by-step process about how to create the plugin, how to use the contact form 7 plugin. This plugin I have just gave you an example, right? Likewise, I want to show you some detailed example of the plugin of how to use contact form 7. But see, as I told you already, that there are so many plugins available in WordPress. Every plugin will have a documentation. So you have to learn the documentation and then you have to implement it as per the documentation given by the developer. Okay, but I'm going to show you the plugin with a step-by-step procedure, so every one of you who are listening can able to right away do the practical according to this concept. So let's go to contact form 7. Now, what is the purpose of contact form 7? Let's define our purpose also. In the inquiry page, I want to display name, email, phone number, etc. So people can fill the form. That's my goal. All right. And when they fill the form, I want that results for me. Okay. Now here is the option C. Contact form 7. We can install it right away. 1 plus million active installations. And also there are other options like contact someone by someone. Some other companies also doing it. And see one more thing. Actually, we have not discussed this, but I would like to tell you, this is the main plugin. All right, this is the main plugin, correct? But if you see, there is another plugin called as conditional fields for contact form 7, which means this is a plugin which works inside contact form 7. This is one plugin. Example, you take one app, you install the app, there may be sub apps for that application. Maybe they give a new feature, they give a new option, like we can say updates. We can say updates, like you have a Android version, and you know once you have it installed, after a few days you have to reinstall it with some new features like that. We call it as update. So this is an application for only contact form 7. Contact form 7. Let's see any further option we can see. Yeah, see here, this one is also one contact form 7 multi-step forms. If you want to display multiple step, material design for contact form 7, contact form 7 database add-on. This is also very effective. This one is also like this. We can see that there can be lot of other plugins also which can be useful for one main plugin as well. So I would like to first show you the concept of installation of this form, how to use this contact form 7. Step by step we are going to study this. Okay, activate the form. Okay, now first you see one option, automatically as we install one application in our mobile phone, we get an icon to access it. The same way, whenever we install any application in this menu system, in this section, we will be able to get one menu system for that option. And sometimes some plugins will not be very advanced. In that case, you will get the option under tools section, or you get under option settings section. So if the plugin don't have its own menu system, in that situation it will show under settings, or under tools it will show the option of that menu system. That is how it works out. Okay, now let's go ahead and create our contact form 7. So I don't want to use this, I want to create a new application. So new contact form 7. Now step by step we will see. Now In simple terms, basically to enable mail, to enable contact form, we require two steps in this process. We have two steps in this process. All right. So what are the steps? Number one, first we should display the form. We should design the form. That is the step one. Step two is configuration of the form. Configuration means who should receive the email, what are the details of the email and all that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and define our requirements. First of all, I want the form. I want the following fields in the form. I want name, I want email address, I want phone number, course, which course they want, and I want them to submit. I want four fields and I want a submit button. Correct? Now, how will you do that? Just remove all this requirement, just remove everything. Now we will use generally a paragraph tag. See, paragraph tag is used to define a separate line. Okay, paragraph will automatically break the line. So that's the reason after every field we want a break. So I'm using 5p tags. P means paragraph tag. Now first element I want to display name. I want to ask the customer his name. And can you see these are all the fields we can drag and drop. So click text and you have to select, is this field required? Yes, it is required. How do you want to identify this name as? Say customer name, CNAME, and you can also show some default value if you want, but it is optional. Default value means if a person, even without entering, he will see some text over there, and that we can also call it as, define it as placeholder. Now I'll explain you. You see in some forms, for example, this is a form. Okay, in some forms you may have noticed there will be a box like this, but there is no text on the outside. Box you will have like this, and in the box itself you will have the content. That is called as placeholder. That is called as placeholder. I will show you example, you will understand. Now see, I will write your name. Use this as a placeholder. For others we don't use it. Okay, so just to give you the example. Second field, I want phone number, telephone number, phone. Even if you want, there is a separate plugin for validation of phone number also, but right now by default validation is not there. Email, email validation is there. It will check whether the email is correct or wrong, and you have to write here, remember the names which you are writing, because the same way you have to fetch the data in the email. Okay, next, courses. We want a drop down menu for courses. Course, drop down menu, course, and here we have to write one by one. Web designing, digital marketing, SEO, Google AdWords. Okay, and insert the first one as blank option. Select, and last but option is, you see, we can add all date, text area, we can add check boxes, radio buttons, many things. Okay, I'll go ahead and just write submit, because my requirement of the form is very simple. That's the reason I'm only adding this information. And now give your form name, inquiry form, and save the inquiry form. That's it. This is how we design. But if you want more complex, that also you can do according to your requirement and choice. Then now I want to show this form. How does it look like? This is code view. There is no design view here. So what we have to do is copy this code. This line you see, this is called a short code of the form. So wherever you paste this code, the form will be displayed in that place. That is the logic of WordPress short code. So just go ahead, copy. Now go to pages, and we know the page is inquiry page. Sorry, I think we haven't copied that code properly. Maybe a mistake. Oh, sorry, here we have. Just copy and paste. That's it. Click update. Now you will see what we get. Inquiry form. Name, and this is what placeholder. See, it has a default text option available inside it. That is the text holder option. In some designs, you have to use according to client expectation. Now I will write. Okay. And whatever the course you want to select and click submit. And see, it has validation also. If you don't enter anything and submit, required, field required, like this, it will give you the data, correct? So like this, it's very, very effective to work in real-time scenario. I hope you are understood. How does it work? Okay. Now, next we have to now do the configuration of our form. So how will you do the configuration? Again, go back to contact forms. Okay. Now here we have to select our details. That is to whom you want to send the email. This is my dummy email. So I want my mail to be received by this email address. So whenever a customer fill the form, because I am the owner of the website, I will receive this on my email ID. Then from whom we are getting this? Now you have to remember one point, that whenever you are saying from address, it must be your website address only. Now what does it mean? Right now we are doing practice on webtrainings.co.in. So that's the reason the email must be WordPress. WordPress is optional. You have to use any existing email on the server, like info@webtrainings.in. Exactly your server email ID. Else your email will not be delivered. And subject. Now see, whenever I receive a mail, I should receive a subject like this, something like inquiry from, inquiry details. Okay. Now, whose inquiry details you are taking? We are getting the inquiry details from a person for a course. So here is the option. C name. This is a replacement of the person. So you just copy here C name. And what is his phone number? Oh, sorry. What is the course he is interested? So inquiry details, C name, interested in so and so course. Replay email. Whenever I click replay, it should go to the customer. So here is the customer replay email is email. See, all the places I'm using short code. You have to remember this point. Here I'm using this, correct? Here I'm using this short code. So wherever you want to replace the actual data with the customer information, you are using the short code. Short code is always comes under brackets. That is the logic of short code. Now next, from email ID. Now remove everything in your message body and say hello, inquiry details, name, email. This is in my email. I will receive this course. Name, C name, that is a short code. In place of email, email, that is a short code. In place of phone, phone, that is a short code. And in course of course, that's a course. Details sent from website. Just want to display. Okay, that's it, and click save. That's it. Now what happens is, whenever someone will fill the form, all right, my email ID, this email ID will receive the actual email. Let's again see the example concept. Sometimes see, if your server is not properly configured and if the server is used heavily for dummy messages, etc., then sometime it may go to spam folder also, but generally it should come in the inbox only. Okay, let me just fill in the forms. Now if I open my mail ID, that particular mail will be available in the mail ID. That is how this concept will work. All right. And also some students ask a specific question, sir, can we send a replay mail to the customer also the same way, like acknowledgement mail, thank you, we have received your email? Yes, we can do it. If you want to send an acknowledgement mail, select the option use mail to. Here the to address must be your customer email ID, like this, and From address must be your website email ID, like this. Subject, thanks for inquiry. I like reply to this person, that is fine. Now here I will write hello, C name, because that is his name. Thanks for showing interest in our program. We will get back to you with details. All right, now go ahead and say save. So now it will have one forward email, one direct mail to the company, and one mail as an acknowledgement to the user itself. So like this, we use the concept of this plugin. Okay, likewise, I hope you understood. You have to do a bit practice, and if you get any confusion, I would suggest you to please see this website for documentation. Okay, so I would request you, if you want to see more about it, you have an option here, documents, like getting started, admin screen, how tax works, editing from templates, setting up mail, all the details. See, all the default options are also there, so you can find out a lot of interesting information and articles from this contact form 7. That is the idea. I hope everyone are clear with how to create a plugin. Likewise, the concept is every plugin will be advanced one. We have to study the documentation and then we have to implement. For example, I will install one more plugin, say for example Yoast SEO. It's for SEO purpose, very important for us because we are in marketing, right? Install. Now these concepts are going to be actually a topics of SEO, how to implement SEO and all that. That is not a part of WordPress. Now I will activate and you will see right away here I got a new field for SEO. Like this, in real-time scenarios, we use these plugins for the purpose of enhancing our application. So any plugins I have shown here, all of these plugins I can install, or any concepts I can install based on my requirement. For blogging also similar way, you may require certain specific special plugins for enhancing your website also. So depending on that, we can use it. So this is a example, this is a practical example of how to use one plugin in real-time scenario, but you have to do a lot of practice to master the subject of plugin. So I hope you have clearly understood how to work with the plugin and what is the concept of plugin. So this is our today's session of discussion of the plugin class. Thank you very much.